Hi everybody, it's Kate. Today I'm talking about another movie, and that movie is Lemonade Mouth. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the movie because I really have no preview. So our five main characters are Olivia, Mo, Wen, Charlie, and Stella. They are all in high school, and Stella has just moved to town, and she's like the rebellious one. So Stella gets in trouble because she wears a Question Authority shirt with like safety pins. So it looks very like punk. And the principal gets mad at her and is like, "You can't wear that. That's against school dress code." And she's like, "How dare you? It's my right." And so she gets detention because during a speech she's like, "I hate you guys. I love my shirt. I'm going to Question Authority. I'm gonna wear what I want."
My shirt, my decision.
Mo gets detention because she was gonna skip school to be with her boyfriend, whose name is Scott, who's a guitarist in a band. So remember that. He's in a band. The most popular band in school, and everyone loves them. And he's like, "Come on, babe, skip school with me." So she's like, "Okay," but then she gets in trouble and gets detention.
Detention.
Olivia gets detention because she was skipping class by hiding in a broom closet. Charlie gets detention because he started fighting with someone on the soccer team. His brother's a super good soccer player who's going to Princeton for it, and his parents wanted to follow footsteps. But he's a drummer. He likes drums.
I certainly don't want my brother's ball.
And Ren gets attention because his stepmom brought over something that she forgot. And then the teacher's like, "Oh, is that your mom?" And he's like, "It's not my mother, you stupid," because it's his stepmom. He does not like his stepmom.
You must be Wendell's mother.
She's not my mom, okay? Are you kidding me? Look at her. Right? Are you stupid?
So the five of them get detention. The five of them are in detention, and then they slowly start like making noises where he's like banging on the. One of them is like tapping on a desk, and he's like, "Ooh, that's a nice rhythm." Someone else is something there. "Ooh, that's a nice rhythm." And then they go on the keyboard. They go on the drums because there's a drum set because they're in detention, and it's like a music room that like they don't no longer have a music program. They're all like doing their thing, and then the music teacher comes in who used to be the music teacher, but there's no music teacher program, so she's like taking care of the detention, and she's like, "That's really good." So she's like, "You guys could continue." And they're like, "No, we don't even know each other." And it's like, "But y'all had fun doing that." They were all like enjoying themselves, but then the second someone else says something, they're like, "No, we couldn't, we can't." So then they eventually do start to practice, and Stella's like, "Listen guys, I enrolled us in this competition called the Rising Star, which you get like a record deal and stuff if you win, and we also did asked for like half the time at a Halloween bash, so it's like a Halloween party at the school, but we find out that Mo's boyfriend Scott's band is playing during the Halloween bash, so Scott's time got cut in half, so his band is really pissed and he's pissed. So like she tells him that it's them playing, and he's like, "Babe, this is so important to me. How dare you take my time?" And then she's like, "What if this is something I want to do? This is important to me." And like I kind of get it, but like also it's like he was slated to play the whole evening, and you cut his time in half, which is kind of crazy to do without even being like, "Hey, I know you're doing this. I started a band last week." But like he's definitely a jerk later on, so it doesn't really matter. But I was like, "Mo, girl, maybe be a little nicer about it."
We're just opening for you.
Look, Mo, I mean, if you want to be in a band, that's great. You could play backup guitar for me or something. But come on, joining the band is taking half our night from us? What's up with that?
But so now it's your night?
Mo's boyfriend, Scott, is not calling her back, so she's like, this is awkward, because I think it's about the band thing, which it definitely is. Later on, Scott's band, one of the other members named Ray, he's like a huge jerk. He's like the main bully of this movie, I'd say, is kind of making fun of them, and he's like, "Oh, you're the lead vocalist? Then sing for me." And Olivia is the vocalist, and she has really bad anxiety, like stage anxiety. So she's like, "No, I don't want to." And it's like in the cafeteria, and they're like making fun of her. It's like, "Yeah, come on, sing."
Sing at the new band, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then why don't you just belt one out for us?
Show us what you got.
Okay, God, could you just leave me alone?
And then he like is going to like fight that one of the guys that comes up and like defends her, but then Stella spits out lemonade on him, and he's like, "What?" And then the principal comes, who, by the way, the principal is on a moped. The entire movie, he's on a moped. So she spits her lemonade out on him, and then they get in trouble again. And the guy, Ray, is like, "Yeah, this freaking lemonade mouth spit their lemonade on me." And they're like, "Lemonade mouth, you say?" Because they're trying to come up with a name for the band, because they have to get it in order to apply to the Battle of the Bands, or whatever it's called in this movie, Rising Star. By the way, they love Mel's lemonade. It's a little lemonade vending machine of lemonade in the basement where they practice. and they get lemonade every single time. First of all, there, and then like later on, someone's like, oh, it's been there forever. We shouldn't have it down here. It's like, how old is this lemonade? If it's been in there for like ever, girl, do not drink that lemonade. It is old. They go down again and they see that the lemonade stand thing is going to be taken out because Turbo Blast, this drink, has a sponsorship with the principal, with the school, which I don't think you can do that. But they do, and they donated a gym and a scoreboard because the whole thing is like the soccer team and the football team are like the most important thing at the school, and they don't care about the arts. So they are not allowed to have any other drinks that are not Turbo Blast in here. So having a monopoly on drinks at a school. And when he goes home and he sees that like his dad has moved a bunch of stuff in, and he's like, oh dad, what's this stuff? And he's like, it's my girlfriend's. And he's like, wait, she's moving in? He's like, yeah, I proposed to her. We're getting married.
Sydney stuff.
What's it doing here?
I know this has been tough for you. Mom leaving, me moving on, but whatever issues you're having with Sydney, we have to figure them out because she makes me happy when. And I've asked her to marry me.
Moving a partner in without talking to your kids and proposing to them without talking to your kids, crazy work. It's so insane, and it's supposed to be like, oh, Wen is having a hard time, but he's also kind of like overreacting because like later on, one of the other characters is like, you're overreacting about that or something like that. So it's like, no, this is crazy. Mo breaks up with Scott because he's like flirting with another girl, and then he's like, babe, it's not what it looks like. She's just a friend. I hate this character, and I hate what happens at the end. I'll spoil it now. They become close again, and he's part of their band. No, don't do it, man. Don't do it. The night of the Halloween bash comes up, and everyone is ready except for Olivia, and they're like, where's Olivia? So they go find her in the bathroom, and she's having a panic attack. She's like in the bathroom. She probably threw up, and everyone comes into the bathroom and is like, come on, Olivia. Come on, you have to come out. Stella has a belt. It's like Batman's utility belt. She like whips it out, and she's like, lemonade. So she made a belt that has like cup holders. So she gives one to Olivia, and then she's like, I'm all better. Panic attack is gone. And it's like, what is in that drink that makes her panic attack go away? But anyways, they perform. It goes really well. And then they hand out a bunch of lemonade, Mel's lemonade, and it's like, everybody, they're taking away our lemonade machines, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, this can't happen. Personally, I don't think anyone would care. Who drinks a can of lemonade in school air? In the cold school air? No, thank you. Lemonade is reserved for perfect hot sunny days where you can enjoy it. It is not for school. Anyways, they get banned from ever performing at the school again because the principal is like, you can't do that. You can't protest something when I put it in place. Okay, King. Literally dictator king level craziness. Olivia is absent a day. They all go over. Her old cat died. It's so sad. Her cat dies, and it was her mom's like last remaining thing that was like alive, and it felt like the only thing that she had left of her mother, who passed away. And then they all lay down in the grass, and they all just start talking about their problems. And then at the very end, Olivia's like, my dad's in jail. And they're like, and she's like, I'm so embarrassed about it, and I don't want to talk to him, and it's just humiliating, blah, 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 and they're just like, and then they write a song. So then, like, everything is wrong. So Mo gets sick, so she can't sing. Charlie breaks his finger when he's moving stuff, and he's the drummer, so he needs it. When drops a painting on his face, or his dad kind of drops a painting onto his face, and it gives him a black eye. But I was really scared, because he was, like, going this, and he's like, ah, and I was like, did his eyeball get, like, poked out? Like, whoa. Like, you're being, like, obviously a black eye is bad, but I was like, girl, please, you cannot do that to me. I was like, his eye's gone. Wen and Olivia are hanging out. Wen is really upset about his stepmom, and he's like, just because she worked her way into my life does not mean I have to like it. And she's like, you're being crazy and dramatic. He's talking about how she's like, yeah, we shouldn't do her lemonade mouth anymore. And she's like, you have a family. You have a dad and a sister and your stepmom. She's like, my dad's in prison. I haven't talked to my mom in forever because her mom's dead. You have the nerve to feel sorry for yourself?
This is about you not appreciating what you have. You have a family. Your dad, your sister, Sydney. I don't even remember my mom. I haven't talked to my dad in years, and you have the nerve to feel sorry for yourself?
Which is insane, by the way. It makes me so angry at her, because it's like, I was feeling bad for her this whole time, being like, that's so sad that your mom is dead and your dad is in prison. and then you're gonna just completely discredit someone else just because it's not as bad as yours. Like, this is like, I hate when people like try to like one up each other with like trauma, where it's like, just because it's not like the same level of something does not mean that it's not, doesn't hurt really bad. Skipping a little bit, Stella is protesting the lemonade stand being removed, and all of them come and it's like, we gotta protest, and then the police come and arrest them. While they're in the jail cell, they're all, because like they don't like going to jail, but they're just like waiting there until their parents get them. I should have clarified, like they're not like in jail arrested, but they're just like there because they were causing a nuisance and they just need their parents to pick them up because they're all minors. They'll talk about how like we should actually do this. So they decide to do the Rising Star competition because it's like, let's just do it. They play at Rising Star, whatever. They do kind of bad because they all are still like not doing good, like the injured finger, the black eye, the bad, like the sore throat. But then Scott, Mo's ex-boyfriend, comes up on stage to help them, and his band member's like, screw you, if you go up there, we're done. And then he's like, fine, whatever. So he goes up on stage and like helps them and like strums the guitar, and everyone in the crowd is singing the song, so it's like, oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. I hate Scott. I don't like him after this. Don't like him at the end. So they all do really good. They don't get first, but they do really good. Mo and Scott get back together. No, girl, no. He's such a coward this whole movie, and a jerk, because he like not only does like flirt with another girl, but then he doesn't even like apologize. He's just like, babe, where are you going? And then like leaves it at that and talk to her, and then doesn't talk to her whenever she wants to start her band, and completely ignores her for like days on end because he's like, I did that first. I started a band first. And then lets his friends be horrible to her and her friends. But like the second he like helps her out in one moment, she's like, okay, girl, you deserve better than that. And they meet Mel, who is the guy who runs the lemonade stand. I talk to him, and then he donates a music center to them where they can perform. Olivia, right, like all, you find out that all of this is a note to her dad, who's in prison, and she sends it to him, and she's like, oh, by the way, we're performing at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden. That's all I have to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, because if you don't, you are going to get detention in a basement, but you're not going to be able to play any instruments. Okay, bye!